Hello, I'm Andrew Schorr from Patient Power, and we're on location in Cambridge, the United Kingdom, where we've been meeting all day, discussing about coming together to help patients across Europe who have CLL and their families as well. I've had CLL since 1996, fortunately in a long-term remission. To my left is Nick York, from a board member, a trustee of the CLL Support Association, dealing with CLL since 2009.
That's correct.
And to his left is Giora Sharf from Israel, who joins us not with CLL, but with CML since 2000. And also he's on the board of the Leukemia Patient Advocates Foundation and established a wonderful model for patients with another leukemia, CML, where he and others have brought together advocates throughout the world. All right, we've been meeting for several hours. Nick, it's been worthwhile?
It's been very worthwhile. And stakeholders that have attended from industry, partner organisations from the third sector, charity organisations in the UK and across Europe. My takeaway at the moment, we've still got discussion to carry on with over these next couple of days and into tomorrow, but the willingness of everybody who's attended to actually work together to provide a resource across Europe to better support people with CLL is phenomenal. Something will come out of this. I'm feeling extremely positive about it.
Now, Giora, you've lived this with CML, where several years ago you started to bring together patients and advocates with CML at a time when there was new drug therapy like we're looking at right now in CLL. So you've kind of seen this story before and what it can become.
Yes, and I completely agree, and I think that I described today the advantages and how important it is to establish such a network. Maybe it be European or maybe it be a global, because the things that can be achieved working together are much greater than each group can do in their own countries. So I think it's extremely important that the CLL patient organization all across Europe will get together and form one way or another a network which will be able to collaborate and achieve things.
Now, we're at a pivotal time in CLL, aren't we, Nick? I mean, you said in the session about really the time is now. You're really seeing that, both with trials, potential new drug approvals, options for better therapies for patients.
We are. Obviously, I've only been involved with CLL for 5 years, and I've seen such a dramatic change in the talk within the community. Very apprehensive to begin with. The UK delivery machine is probably quite reticent, but now it is without question evidence that there are breakthroughs and treatments now available that are going to affect how CLL is managed and improve and extend life and access to treatment for different groups. So this has put CLL in the spotlight, hasn't it? We've been out of the spotlight for a very long time. Maybe CLL hasn't been sexy. Maybe the questions have been too large to answer. The puzzle to focus on the challenges of the patient community living with CLL. CLL patients are treated at the end of their disease pathway, so they have to live with the symptom burden and the complications of CLL, not understood within primary care or the general population. I don't know if it's the right thing to say, but we've fallen through the cracks. The new treatments and the new advances and the need for industry to focus on quality of life, to be able to deliver those treatments and gain passes and availability through the regulatory authorities means there has to be focus on quality of life. So all of a sudden now there is also not only in the spotlight because of the breakthrough in the publicity machine, there is also an interest in studying the quality of life issues of the CLL community and the opportunity to actually, in our meeting today for example, the overriding strapline is live well with CLL. So basically to help people live well with CLL by focusing on quality of life issues. There's an interest. We're in the spotlight. Now is an opportunity. It's our moment in time. Yeah?
Now, let me play reporter for just a minute. There was a feeling in our sessions today, which had people from Belgium and the Netherlands and Ireland and Spain and Portugal, a number of countries, that there are people being left behind. There are people with CLL who feel unconnected, who don't know all the resources that are available to them, are not confident their doctor even knows the latest, and therefore are not getting their due, or they may not have access to medicines or clinical trials. We want to change that. And Giora, that was something that you really worked on so hard in your leukemia, is so everybody felt connected, right?
Yes, I agree completely, and I just want to relate, if I may, to some things that Nick just said. I feel the excitement today in CLL the same way I felt it 14 years ago in the CML world, because CML for the last 10 or 15 years was the star of leukemias, because we had new drugs which were very efficient, and actually patients today are living because of these new drugs. And now I see the shifting, as you might say, going from CML, which has become kind of chronic disease, into CLL, which many new drugs coming in. So we see this interest because we go to medical conferences like ASH and EAJ, and we see the shifting of the interest today from CML to CLL, and I'm very happy about that. And for example, I just wish the CLL patients to reach a point like CML patients myself are stopping treatment nowadays, and I hope in the future CLL will be at the same point as CML today. So this is relating to that. And about your question, yes, I think that bringing back the groups together, we've been able to achieve a lot of things that otherwise wouldn't be able to achieve. And I think that's a very important things for all CLL patients also today, because there's no question that patients are not receiving the best treatment available due to lack of patient organization. And today I think there are very few CLL patient organizations in Europe and also around the world. And I think it's extremely important that such a network will be able to strengthen such a creation of CLL patient organization, because the direct beneficiary will be the patient themselves.
Today's meeting, even within the UK, was really the first time that the CLL Support Association really got together and sort of talked Turkey more in depth with some of the other organizations that cover leukemia and lymphoma in the UK, right? It was a time of really getting together and focusing on this and seeking partnerships here, and now by extension looking for that throughout Europe.
I think so. I think the spirit of the day is about collaboration. It's about working together. We recognise that to be able to deliver the needs of a growing charity and increasing awareness, which is also being fueled by demands coming into the charity to be able to support the patient perspective in drug applications, license applications. Our resources are getting stretched, so we recognised that we needed to develop collaborations. So we're birthing relationships with partners, other leukemia and lymphoma organisations who have greater resources than us within the UK, have an interest in supporting CLL. So today there was a bit of a dual agenda for us. Yeah? One is obviously to bring as many as we can together to make a start, because it is our time under the spotlight at the moment, to develop something for those countries that do not have resources, and look at a toolkit and a mechanism that we can work to with the experiences of Giora and CML advocates and the PAF. And also to really take this opportunity to educate all those in the room that are not CLL specific. I think one thing that we can remember when we were diagnosed as CLL patients is we were encouraged, and we encourage, as we advocate for others, we encourage people to take ownership of their own disease, therefore to aid with their empowerment, to allow them to be more involved in their own healthcare treatments, to take back some control. And I think we also have to empower those organisations that are not CLL specific and work with them to extend our resources to be able to deal with their own domestic shortcomings, but more importantly, it's a two-way street. We have something to give, and if we can get something back from the mechanism to better deliver for our local community, then the equation is working.
Mm-hmm. I think there are a few other understandings I'd like to point out, and one is that we're in a digital world now.
Yeah.
We were talking about borderless CLL, and where we know that some of us knew each other through the internet, for example, and it supported each other. And there were many people who said, I got better care because I connected with other people or information that came from far away. And so now the challenge is, can we extend that in numerous languages? Can we encourage advocacy where there's no advocacy now? Can we encourage knowledge about clinical trials, participation in clinical trials? Can we have dialogue with doctors who may be treating us wherever they may be? And can we accelerate things? I think the truth is that we believe, the three of us believe, that as you say, the time is now, that the landscape is changing. Patients, wherever they may be in the world, really want information. We can help facilitate that, and that there is support. There are some challenges, for instance, with government. No matter what products may be available or promising research, will it be accessible to a patient? Will your doctor be knowledgeable? Will it be available in your country, or even in where I live in Spain, in your region that has to decide as well? So there are challenges to overcome, but we're sort of committed, aren't we, to trying to be a catalyst for that?
I think I've been a player myself it was an accidental journey. I've entered online and became very involved and engaged with the online community that was available to me to help me with my own journey. I've then therefore become involved in developing those online resources, and that has revealed to me the gaps, and those gaps are immense. We've fallen through the cracks in so many areas, even where we are advanced compared to other nations. CLL patients need a voice and are not properly represented at the moment, and now is an opportunity to do something about it. So committed is more than the word. Yeah.
Giora, knowing what you know, having accomplished so much in CML, as things became a pivotal time, and for you personally now able to stop therapy, breakthrough oral therapy, are you confident that if we with CLL exercise leadership, we can be amazed at what we can accomplish?
I have no doubt about it at all. I know that it seems much more difficult than it is in reality. And if you believe in it, we have a saying in Hebrew, if you believe in it, you will achieve it. So there is no question in my mind that if there will be the right people who will believe it, you can achieve almost anything that you dream about. And I'm sure that talking 2 or 3 years ahead of now, when we meet in one of the conferences, I'm sure that you'll be in the next step than where the beginning is started today. And there will be a lot of activities going regional, European level, or maybe global level even. And I'm sure that you'll be in much higher level than CLL activity or advocacy is at the present.
Okay, well, I think we can achieve our dreams now. It's not just us sitting here, but it's you watching. Can you participate? Can you be an advocate? Can you speak up wherever you may be? And if we work together, there's that belief that the collective energy can accomplish so much, and there's supporters out there who can help us do it. So I'm personally excited at the beginning. How about you? I know you feel challenged, but...
To be honest, I'm tired. There's been a lot of work to bring us all together for this weekend at short notice, but otherwise it'd be next year, and now is the time. We're going to make a start, and I think I would personally appeal to everybody out there that there are many ways that you can contribute to support our community and extend our resources. That can be from just contributing to an online community and sharing your experiences, or that could be stepping up to the plate and becoming more involved with your national charity. And if you haven't got one and you wish one there to be, come forward. There are mechanisms available for you to do that. The forums we're online. We have a linked network online. We need you to step forward. If I could put out an appeal, I think part of our meeting here today is tomorrow we're reaching out to our membership. We touch 1,300 association members. We're asking you as members to come forward and offer what you can to extend our human resources. We now, having started an online community, not much more than a year ago, there's close to 1,100 of us, we're reaching out to you as well. And as I haven't been able to publicise it until now, but I think now Cambridge is here, I will be placing things online tomorrow, reaching out for you to come forward if you can. We need to act now. This is CLL's time. Giora's just, reflecting what Giora said, it's reminded him of when there were breakthroughs beginning to happen with transformational therapy within CML. Maybe it's not quite as focused within CLL, that it's not a tumour-specific drug yet, but it's a step in the right direction for us, and it's going to make big differences.
I think the bottom line when you see the three of us sitting here is we're each leukemia survivors. When we were first diagnosed, we didn't know if we'd be dead in short order, and we're not. and we're dedicated to this sort of empowerment and advocacy. We hope you'll join us, but we hope just our presence and the voices of thousands of others will give you hope, and we hope that people who are not connected will feel connected through all our collective efforts. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you,
Thank you,
Nick.
Andrew.
Thank you, Giora, for all you do.
It's my pleasure, Giora.
All right. I'm Andrew Schorr from Patient Power. Thank you for joining us.